Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda, and this is Gizmo.
We're the Villages Newcomers. If you haven't joined us before, we live in the Villages, Florida. We've been here 4 years, and we're bringing you all the little tidbits and exciting things about our life here. And you're going to meet some great people and see some of the activities we participate in every day. And we're sure glad you're with us today.
And thanks to everyone that subscribes. It sure is a big help. And if you haven't done so, please do.
We had a crazy week. Today you're going to learn about our broken window.
And Gizmo's had some health problems this week. It's been pretty stressful.
Yes, it has.
And can you grow your own fruit here in Florida?
We just learned that indoor pickleball is coming to the Villages.
All that and more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
We'd like to take a moment to recognize our amazing viewers. You know that little super thanks button right down there next to the...
Down at the bottom.
Down there, right down there. Right down, it's down there somewhere under the video.
Down there.
People have actually pushed that and given us a gift and helped us with our equipment fund. We appreciate you so much. You can see their names up there.
Mm-hmm. And indoor pickleball is coming.
Right. I've got a little notice here I read in the Villages News, one of the two newspapers that we have here in the Villages.
You know, that's kind of, I think this is great. How about some indoor pools? Maybe that's coming down the road.
I mean,
nice?
I would love an indoor pool.
Yeah.
But everybody loves an indoor pool. We have 140,000 people. How many pools could they make?
I don't know.
How do you monitor it? Do you put lifeguards in there? It would be expensive. Your amenity fees would go up. Then people would say, I don't use that indoor pool. Do I have to pay the amenity fee?
Yeah.
The Pickleball Club, LLC, has entered into a purchase agreement on a 4.69 acre parcel at blah, 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 Northeast 62nd Terrace, which is located near the Hampton Inn on County Road 466. You know where that is, up near the corner of Buena Vista and 466. It's going to be 16 pickleball courts inside.
Wow.
You know, a lot of people want to play under the lights.
Yeah.
And there are no lights on the pickleball courts. Yeah. You could play in the colder weather inside. You'd have lights. I think that's going to be great. It's going to be busy. It's going to be tough to get on there if they only have 16.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I like it, though. We told you on our Facebook page we had our window shattered by a landscaper.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault. I mean, he's doing his job. He's weed eating out there. The neighbor behind us has little stones around their tree, very pretty and normal.
Yeah.
But that weed eater just caught one of them and it sounded like a gunshot.
It did. It was like 8:30 in the morning, and I was in the kitchen doing breakfast, and all of a sudden, boom, and Jerry heard it too, and we just came running, and we knew exactly what had happened.
He didn't know. He just kept on walking.
No,
and
he had those things on.
I heard Linda going, hey, you, hey. He couldn't hear her. He had the weed eater on. So I walked down there and got him. He came back. They accepted it right away. They owned up to it.
They were really good.
Before the day was even up, they had a glass company here that measured and taped it up and secured it. And
Yes.
we got to wait a couple more weeks to get it. But they stepped right up, so we were happy with that. But I told you our computer crashed.
Oh, talk about a stressful week.
Well, you know, I do back up everything, okay? I have 3 external hard drives I put things on. I don't use the cloud anymore. I'm not a fan of Dropbox. They put little green circles on all of my files and little blue icons on the files. And when you delete it one place, it deletes it another place. And I'm working on some of those suggestions that you all sent me on Facebook, though.
Yeah.
But the computer went down before I had backed up a couple of new things that we had recorded. And that was stressful because they were important to me. And luckily, Jacob's Computers is over on 301.
Big shout out to them.
Jacob has helped me many times.
They're on 301, right across from Bargains and Blessings. So
That's why I said right over on 301.
it's a great location.
Jacob's Computers on 301. Anyway, great guy, friendly, knows a lot about computers, and he helped us out, and we're back in business. Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah.
The big story, though, is this little fellow right here.
It's a big story.
We don't know why. We don't know how. But about 4 or 5 days ago, he couldn't move. He couldn't turn his head. He was just like laying like this. Now he's 95% back now.
I came home from an outing, and he was standing in the living room, and his tail was tucked between his legs, and his head was cocked sideways, and he just wouldn't walk at all. And I got near him, and he started yelping. And
If you would
crying.
get this close to him as if you're going to pick him up, he would scream bloody murder because he did not want to be moved. So we got him in with the vet, and
He's on 3 medications.
they did a good job. And he's heavily medicated, which is nice.
What they had found out, they took an X-ray because we kept thinking, we didn't know if it was what happened. So they did an X-ray of his back, and they found that his spine up here was compressed a little. The back here was just
Said he had an
fine.
injury.
And so we don't know if it was an injury.
He's a jumper. I mean, we don't
Yeah.
like him to jump. We give him and you guys. We have 2 sets of stairs now.
Yeah.
He hates them. He doesn't like to
We've
use them.
tried and tried. He just
But he
not
does use
like it.
one of them. And we pick him up and put him on the couch. We try to let him down.
Yeah.
But he's pretty active. He likes to do his own thing.
He will try to get up any way he can on the couch. So they told us not to let him jump. So I'm picking him up, moving him here, moving him there. I had finally, with all the medications, steroids, pain meds, and muscle relaxers all through the day. 7-3, 7-3-11.
They said he might need a wheelchair.
They said if that goes on and you don't help them and let that inflammation go down, that affects their walk, and then if their feet will start going numb, and it deadens the nerves, and then they cannot walk. And that's why you see dogs with little wheelchairs on the back, because their back ends don't work anymore. And I said, well, he's going to take this medication for 10 days for sure, and we're going to make sure that I'm not walking him around the block. So he's been pretty,
He doesn't want to go for a walk.
no, he's standing in the driveway. So we're not walking.
He's Linda figured it out. They're always changing the formula, but he's 68, almost 69 in human years.
Yeah.
So he's right the same age. We're the same
We're
age.
the same age right
Yeah.
now. So, yeah, a little gray.
And we went on a boat ride.
Yeah.
Lake Adventures is over on Lake Eustis, and they rent out pontoon boats. And we took 8 of our friends, and a beautiful pontoon boat had electric top that would go up and down. And we went through the Dora Canal.
It was beautiful.
We've taken you there before. It's beautiful. We love it.
And
I would love to do that on a regular basis.
It was a quiet day because it wasn't a weekend, and we didn't meet very many boats. And of course,
Very,
kids were in
very
school,
low,
and people are working. So during the week is a great time to go.
Yeah, so Lake Adventures, and we're going to bring you a show on that a little later.
Yeah. It's time for shout-outs. Bonnie, John, and Zoe are from Hamilton, Ohio, and they just bought a veranda home in Richmond. Congratulations.
Those veranda homes are popular because they are one of the few homes with a fence.
Yeah.
Another big question we get, it's not on today. You can't build a fence here. If you own a home, you cannot put up your own fence. All the fences here were built at the time the home was built. The villages had it in the plans. You can't decide, you know what, I'd like a fence.
You can't.
Even if your neighbor would agree, you can't do it.
Because everybody would.
Everybody would.
Everybody had a dog would want a fence, that's for sure.
And we want to give a shout out to Angela and Mark Masson.
Oh, a lovely couple.
They're great people.
Dearly love them.
Angela Masson, remember that name because she is a
YouTube blogger.
fantastic YouTube blogger
Yes.
on style.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that you know that she does not style me because I don't want her to be responsible for that. But she's great, and they invited us over for turkey dinner.
We were really surprised.
Joe and Elise, they sent us these pictures from Cat's Deli. Remember we talked about Cat's Deli last week? So they sent some good footage, so I thought I would throw it up there for you. We've met Joe and Elise several times. They're from New York City. Joe's favorite sandwich? Ugh,
What?
liverwurst.
Oh,
On rye.
Have you ever had it?
I don't even like the sound of it, and I don't like rye bread. I know that right off the bat.
Well, have you had rye bread? Yes, you have.
I know what
You
rye
have
bread
it.
is.
We used to have it.
Tastes like licorice or something.
No. It's rye. Well, maybe rye is a licorice. I don't know. But rye bread is wonderful. The dark pumpernickel is my most favorite bread in the world. And
We're all different.
pastrami and all that. It sounds amazing. I'd like to have a sandwich of that. But liverwurst, we used to have that growing up. My mom would buy the loaf, and we'd have little liverwurst sandwiches with mayonnaise. It was wonderful.
Ken and Jimmy Barrett sent us this picture. They actually sent a couple, and it's a little video of a flyby of F-18s over the Navy and Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland. We're very familiar with that. We had our 2 sons graduated. Been to many football games there.
Yeah, we have. That's a wonderful place.
Gone to that's where they have the graduations too. They do it outside, and those planes go over, and man, do you feel good when those planes go over. Sounds like freedom.
Yeah, it does. Jake Weeble says that they moved here from Las Vegas, and then he gave up his motorcycle, and she gave up her Corvette. What? Oh, you can have those here. And now they have 2 new sports cars in their life, and they're from Denmark.
Yeah, their sports cars are golf carts now.
Yeah.
They have 2 new golf carts. They don't have sports cars.
Where did I say that? They have 2 new sports cars.
Yeah, but they're not. They're golf carts.
Somebody has a typo.
Well, I mean, let's get real. You said Weeble. His name's probably Weibel. Jake Weibel.
Sorry, I butchered your name. Well, anyway. And
Weeble isn't that one of those things from Star Trek?
No, a Weeble's those little toys that go wobble.
Oh, that was a
Weeble
tribble.
wobble. I don't know, Jerry.
Anyway,
Sorry,
Jake.
They are from the village of Delmar.
Yeah, oddly enough, 2 of the people that went with us on the boat yesterday have Corvettes.
Yes.
They have Corvettes. It's kind of like a second childhood thing. You couldn't afford it your whole life. Now when you get a little money, you've saved, you're retired, get yourself whatever you wanted.
Yeah,
and I like that idea.
Life's short. So, what do I want? A great big giant diamond. One of those big giant ones.
Pat and Tracy sent us this photo. Fine looking folks, and they say that they hope to be moving here real soon. This is Jerry and Sandy Fatora.
Oh, yes.
That's a great looking couple, isn't it?
Yes, we met them. They're lovely, lovely people.
We're going to give them a shout out. And by the way, they're going to be on next week's show.
Yes, please look.
We'll tell you about it a little bit later. Time for Viewer of the Week. This week's viewer is Al Marchianda.
Woohoo!
He's from Boston. He works for the Boston Police Department. He's not a police officer, but he works there for them. And just a great guy. And he sent us these pictures. That's him and his wife, Robin. Unfortunately, he lost Robin a while back. They had planned to move to the Villages, and he says he's still going to make that happen in 2024. And Al sent us a couple of caps. We love when we get caps from the police departments all around the country, and I'm happy to wear it, Al. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
It's time for our first question. And this is from Mike from Minnesota. We are approaching our 3rd anniversary in the Villages. One question keeps coming up. Who pays for the live music in the town squares? I have heard several different stories.
Yeah, that's a tough question. And fortunately though, we know the answer. You do not pay for it, directly anyway. We do not pay for it. The Villages Entertainment pays for the entertainment in the town squares. How do they get that money? They have bar sales at all the squares.
Okay.
And those bar sales pay for the entertainment. And they have 365 days a year, you will have entertainment in the 3 town squares. That's Sumter Landing, that's Brownwood, and Spanish Springs, and now Sawgrass.
Sawgrass, right.
So that's a lot of entertainers, but thankfully they drink a lot here in the
That's
Villages.
what I was thinking. I said, it means a lot of people drink and a lot of people...
You know, that is a misconception. Although when you do go listen to music and you're going to, let what hair you have left down, sometimes you drink. We don't, but people do. But yesterday, for example, on the pontoon boat, nobody even brought a beer. I said, bring your own drinks. And nobody brought a drink.
I saw a couple koozies. I didn't know what they were drinking.
They brought sparkling water and flavored water and Pepsi and...
I kept thinking, what's in there?
Yeah, nobody. So if you read or you watch these hellacious movies that are out there, You'd think that we're all winos and alcoholics and drug addicts. No, it's not that way at all. But the Village's entertainment pays for those. And we're going to bring you some of the exciting things happening from the Village's entertainment. In fact, we're coming into the holiday season. What's going on with Villages?
We are going in the holiday season, right? As soon as Halloween hits, then boom, 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 everything comes around. And the shows are coming. So start setting your calendar for events. There is the tree lighting that's going to come up in the different squares. That's something you might want to go to, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There's vendors, there's things that are happening, and there's music, and you're going to enjoy.
Did you say benders?
Vendors.
Vendors. You don't want to go on a bender.
No, go on a bender, but maybe some of those people are drinking.
There might be a few.
And there's also what are some other things?
Well, Scooter's Christmas Bash.
Yes.
Scooter the DJ.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
He is. You guys have to go see him.
That's going to be on Christmas Eve down in Brownwood.
Oh, that'll be a fun night.
I think we're going to try to attend that.
That'll be fun.
And he's going to have a Christmas pajama contest.
Yes.
Those are things that are fun. Sometimes these things just shoot right by, and we don't know. How are you notified, or how can you find out about these things?
It's in the newspaper, and you can turn the page, and you'll see all entertainment. You'll see the movies that are coming out. You're going to see the plays, the shows that are coming out in all the venues, and of course, there's the Savannah.
Is this from the newspaper?
And you'll see this in the newspaper, and it tells what's coming up when you get your tickets. And this one shows.
That's the town square. So all the acts.
Yeah. Acts of the squares. And so you can go to the box office, and they'll have the events that are coming. And also you can get online and go to the entertainment online.
I have a new favorite in the town squares.
What's that?
Rocky and the Rollers.
Yes. Oh, we did see that.
It's like they let me design their playlist. I love those songs that they
Absolutely.
do. They're great. Yeah.
So
I don't know how they play so long, so loud, so they put everything into it. I don't think I'd have a voice after 15 minutes.
I know.
Great. Sherry and Johnny say they gots to know. We've heard you say that you've not seen many orange trees in the Villages. Is it too cold there? We really love the idea of growing our own citrus fruits, limes, lemons, and oranges. They just scream Florida. Sherry and Johnny, honestly, we don't see too many, but they're here. I remember when we bought your golf cart. Do you remember that?
Oh my goodness, that was a fun day.
We're in the garage. We're buying a golf cart, that yellow one, still running like a top. Thank you, Charles. She looked out the window, and there's an orange tree. No, it was a lemon tree.
It was a lemon tree, and a young lady, or a lady, was out working in the yard on the tree, and she was cutting branches off, and all around the ground were lemons everywhere, and she was going to
honking lemons.
She was going to throw them away. And I said, "Oh no, you don't."
They said, "Take all we wanted," so we
came
loaded
over
up.
And we loaded our shirts with about 20.
So that's here, and we're driving along. We stopped on the side of the road and took this picture the other day of were those lemons?
Lemons.
Lemons in a yard, and we've seen more since. But we have some friends that are growing their own. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. I heard you had a recent question about fruit trees in the Villages. Well, this is my lemon and orange tree that I planted earlier this year. As you can see, my lemon tree is doing quite well. I have 26 of them, and they are starting to turn to yellow now. And over here, we have 3 oranges. They're changing also, and this one's quite large. So, fruit trees do awesome here in the Villages.
Thank you, Lana. That is great. That looked fabulous. She said you just planted it this year? A lot of people are going to be going and getting lemon trees thanks to you, Lana, and we might be one of them.
Homemade lemonade, homemade lemon meringue pie.
Lemon cookies, lemon drops,
lemon bars, limoncello.
It's like Forrest Gump.
This is from Carl and Melanie. How many villages, areas, towns are in the Villages? Well, we have 3 town squares, if you're talking about towns, but really the Villages is one whole giant group of villages. The villages. Okay, so we have 94. If you break it down, Spanish Springs has 31 villages. Lake Sumter has 31 villages. Brownwood has 32. And Brownwood consists even they call the southern part of south of 44 part of Brownwood. That's what in our the information I got. And so it's a total of 94 villages.
And that's just what we think, because last night we were trying to gather this list,
Yeah.
and we're saying, was Richmond on that list? Is Newell on that list?
Yeah.
They're adding new villages, they're opening up, and so we think about 94,
It's
so
closing
almost
in-
100.
Closing in on 100.
Yeah, pretty close to 100.
And this goes along with this discussion. When people talk about how big the villages is getting, it makes us sort of afraid that it will lose its charm. We love the feel we got when we walked through the town squares and some of the neighborhoods. Is that changing for the worse?
Yeah, she says, please don't use my name. My boss does not know that I'm thinking about moving. You'd be surprised how many letters we get like that. Don't use my name. I'm going to pull a fast one here on everybody and get out of town. That's the same thing we just said. We live in a small, charming village. The villages is much larger, with 96 or more of those small, charming villages.
Yeah.
I don't think it's lost its charm. The town square gets busy, but it's still amazing, and I don't think it's lost its charm.
No.
Maureen from Cary, North Carolina asks, is there such a thing as too busy in the villages? Do you ever have a slow day where you do nothing? And if so, how does that make you feel? Maureen, people think the villages is too big. We're getting emails constantly. People say, I was going to move there, but it just seems like it's getting too big. We don't get that too big a feel.
You don't have to go the whole length of the place.
No. Like she said, there are 96 villages. We live in one of them.
Yeah.
We live in the village of Dunedin. We don't ever have to really leave this village except to shop and go to the doctor and entertainment. So we have that small feel. We know everybody around here. And that's the way it is. Do we ever have a slow day? We have many slow days.
Yes.
People think we're busy. Sometimes we're like the beautiful girl that lives next door. You don't ask her out because you think she's got 100 dates. We're working though. We're working on this blog multiple days a week. So we're pretty busy. But when we want to, we just kick back and relax. We don't take any appointments. We we just lay low, and you can do that anytime you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to play golf every day.
No.
Your neighbors will play pickleball a couple times a week. You can play one day a week if you want.
That's right.
You can do as little or as much as you want, but don't think that the Villages is a massive metropolis that you're going to get steamrolled. You're not.
No.
It's so quiet here in our neighborhood, especially in the evenings.
Oh my.
It's total
It's
peace and
chilled.
quiet.
Yes, it's very nice.
Very
Very
good.
lovely. You're going to love it here.
And if you decide you don't want to do anything, nobody's going to bother you. They'll just be a little envious, maybe. I tell you honestly,
Yeah.
I love a nap. I love to take a nap.
I think we both do.
And
Gizmo,
a
too.
good little nap, and it's one of the pleasures of retirement.
Yeah. And this is from Tim Edwards in Beckley, West Virginia.
You know where Beckley is?
No.
I've gone through there many times. That's where that Tamarack is.
Oh, wow. We've been there. I know.
Tamarack is called the best of West Virginia. They've got all these arts and crafts. It's a fantastic store.
That's neat.
Let us know if you've been there and what you think of it.
Yeah. What's with bicyclers riding on the roads? They have bike trails, don't they? We were down there and we saw cyclists, sometimes even in groups on the main roads. Sure looks dangerous to me. Yes, they are on the roads. And it is quite daunting when you come up on that huge peloton.
I happen to have some video footage.
Yes.
The other day, we have a dash cam, and I got behind a peloton. That's a group of bicyclers. And they're on Morse Boulevard. And that's a dangerous place to ride your bicycle, but it's totally good. It's acceptable. It's lawful. They're entitled to it. They're on the right side. They're doing everything they should be. But still, sometimes they want to ride two beside each other. You got to go around them. It's a little bit hair-raising, but it's okay.
They have a great system too, though. I have noticed that the first one is the leader, and he or she will shout out directions or gives some kind of a signal to them in the back, and somehow then it relays to the people in the back. So it is amazing to watch them if you're kind of a bystander. But it does get hairy if you're driving a car beside them.
Yeah, that footage here is Linda beside some, and she got pinched off. She was afraid to go on. She didn't know what they were going to do. She kind of panicked and
panicked.
stopped in the middle of the road and let them go by.
Yeah.
It calls for some quick decisions. I'm always afraid a bicycler is going to turn left in front of me from the right-hand lane. You know, like we coach you on the golf carts.
Yes.
Don't ever turn left from the multimodal path. Merge and then go left.
We need a school on what to do when you get near the bicycles.
Yeah. Your microphone is all upside down and crazy looking.
During the
It's easy for you to say.
nothing's coming out.
Touching your shirt, that's always bad because you hear a rustle all the time. And it's heavy, so it flops your shirt down. Should be right in front of your house.
This is from Carl on the. I can't say Carl. You got it?
Yeah. Because I got to edit. I got to edit those. Ed wrote us this question. Ed says he likes his quiet time. It seems like many of the lots for sale are near the highway down in the Southern Oaks area. Have the residents been complaining much? We touched on this a couple of months ago, that there was a group of citizens that got together to see if something could be done to build some sort of wall or sound barrier from the turnpike. You know, it's a tough situation. You know, I'm always sympathetic to homeowners that invest so much money and then are not happy for any reason. But that sound could drive you crazy. Usually it's only bothersome if you'd be outside. I don't think it's going to bother them inside their home too much. Of course, a big semi, can really make a loud noise. We know because we lived on I-64.
We did.
40 years ago in Georgetown, Indiana. And those trucks would go up. We were 600, 700 feet away from the road. And still, you could hear those all the way through the windows of your house. So I understand how that can be,
A concern.
bothersome. Yeah. But we haven't heard much lately, so I don't know what's happened on that. I've been down there. We've got friends that live down there, and none of them are bothered by the noise. I guess it depends on how sensitive you are. You know, we've told you the example before of New York City.
Oh my goodness. We sleeping and the windows were open, no air conditioning, and we could hear everything, honking and sirens, and oh my gosh.
That was tough.
Oh.
But the people that live there, doesn't bother them at all.
They got used to it.
Or living near a train track.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Don't
If we
notice
hear
it
more
anymore.
about that, we'll bring it to you.
Yeah. This is from Howard and Jennifer. My wife and I were wondering if people entertain guests at home often, or are you more likely to visit with others at the common spaces? I haven't seen any homes with fire pits or tiki bars in the backyards.
Well, Howard and Jennifer, some homes do have a small fire pit, or they make
Yeah.
those commercial ones now.
Yeah.
We've even seen them in people's lanai, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So they do. And some of the rec centers have fire pits. That's a common area,
Yeah.
as you said. People entertain in their homes all the time. All the time. She goes 2 times a week to someone's home
Yes, I do.
to play cards.
And then they come here. We rotate bi-weekly or whatever. I've actually seen a tiki hut in someone's lanai, so imagine.
Oh yeah, or Ron and Lynn over here. They have a pool with a tiki hut inside their lanai. That's
It's
beautiful.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, you can have them at home if you want. If your home's a mess and you don't want to shove everything under the couch and it's in the closets and everything and have people over, you can go to the town square.
Yeah, you can.
You can meet at a rec center.
There's entertaining all the time.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Driveway parties.
What are you worried about?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
There's a lot of entertaining.
Allie and Pepper say that they are holiday people.
Yes.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Veterans Day, Valentine's Day, you name it. I decorate my house, my yard, I even wear holiday clothes.
Sure.
Will I be able to do that in your town? Please say yes, because I couldn't live in a place where I couldn't get my holiday groove on.
Well, you know, today is Halloween, and we were struggling with this today because we didn't have any of our costumes. We got rid of all of our Halloween stuff. I had one clown outfit, and I've worn it 2 years in a row. On Halloween night, we go and visit Where?
Vinnie. Vinnie is the king.
In our neighborhood.
Vinnie's on the corner of Nuthatch and Oracle.
Yes.
Right here in the
Yes.
village of Dunedin. He has the number one undisputed
Yeah.
heavyweight champion decorator of the villages.
And come tonight. You will love it.
Yeah, this is your last chance. Halloween.
Yeah. They'll be
Come
breaking
tonight
down.
and see it. You can see it in the background playing here. He goes to the 10th degree, but he'll do it at Christmas as well.
Yes. So you can decorate for the holidays.
4th of July, Vinny will be out there with it all as well, but Halloween is the special one.
It says.
Look at these decorations. Where does he store them? He says he uses friends, keep some of it. He has storage units.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is the king. Hats off to Vinny. Thank you, Vinny.
And there is a little stipulation. You can't have it up for too long.
30 days, I think.
30 days, and then it has to be taken down. So, but people do decorate for holidays.
And he has the music going and everything. It's fantastic.
When we came here in December, the first year, we were here December 10th, and that was the first time we got to go visit a neighborhood in our golf cart, in our car. I don't know if it was, which it was, but
it was Hadley.
It was Hadley, and it was the most wonderful display of lights. Everybody in the whole neighborhood had their lights lit up, and they had music to it, and they had people
It was synchronized.
directing traffic. People were, and miles of people would come and see that neighborhood. They don't do that anymore there.
Well, it's such an ordeal that I think they got burnt out after years and years of doing it. But Vinny, man, he doesn't get burnt out.
No. Keep going, Vinny.
Kathy asks, I'm wondering if solar panels are allowed on the roofs in the villages. My husband and I did a lifestyle visit in the spring. I don't recall seeing any.
Oh.
If they're allowed, are they popular? Are they worth the cost in Florida? Kathy, that's a good question. Everything seems to be going to renewable energy, and we're getting away from fossil fuels. And yes, people do have solar panels. Not many have the ones you're thinking about, the big glass panels that are on the roof. We don't see too many. We do see some, but they were a big thing back in the 80s, weren't they?
I see a lot of the homes that have pools will have them on the roofs, but
Different kind.
Yeah, different kind. Okay, but I know a lady in the back behind us has the solar panels. But that's an interesting question. I would like to know how much it saves on electricity, your cost of your bill.
As we've been here over time, we change our minds on some things, like a politician. And when I came here, I thought, solar, what's the use? These electric bills are so low.
Yeah.
We were paying $95 a month,
Yeah.
$90 a month, $105 a month. Hey, well worth it down here. Air conditioners running all the time. But now our bill's $200 a month. So maybe the electric,
Solar.
go solar instead of relying on electric would be worth it. I'm not sure what it costs. I know there's some tax credits you can get. And, if it keeps creeping up, everybody's going to be looking into solar because you get a lot of solar down here.
That's true. Here.
From Joyce, is there an extra fee for using the fitness centers for equipment use, cardio classes, strength training, etc.? Joyce, for your cardio classes, for your aerobics, for your swimming, no extra charge. If you want to use those professional machines, the very nice ellipticals, the treadmills, the bicycles, the weight machines, the ones that the Villages owns, there is a separate fee for that, and they're located in a few of the big rec centers. So you would have to pay a monthly fee for you or a reduced fee for your family to use those. And they also have the outdoor equipment you might have seen on one of our shows we featured.
And that's free.
That's free. But to use the deluxe gyms like you're used to, like a Gold's Gym type situation, there would be a fee for that. The classes, however, are mostly free.
They are.
All right, pal, you have done well. Does your neck feel well enough to tell a few jokes? It's Halloween. Do you have any Halloween jokes? Okay, take it away, buddy.
Good evening, and welcome to my special edition, Halloween Jokes. Who is in charge of the candy corn? The Colonel. Why was Cinderella not very good at softball? Because her coach was a pumpkin. What did the ghost say when it fell down? Oh, I've got a boo. Why do witches wear name tags? They wear name tags to tell which witch is which. Which witch is which? Thanks for sending those jokes in, everybody. I'll see you next week.
Good job, man. You went way above and beyond the Call of Duty. You don't feel that great, and you did your segment. Thank you so much, sweetie.
No.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Be sure to tune in for Thursday's show, the $400,000 Fixer-Upper. That's a good show, and I think you'll really like it. They went way above and beyond the Call of Duty to list all their expenses, and
Yes.
you'll get an idea of what things cost here in the villages. Please keep your questions coming. We need them. Send them to the villages newcomers at gmail.com. And remember Vinnie, we talked about Vinnie. Stay tuned at the end of this video if you want to see some more of his holiday decorations.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends. Until next time.
See you when you get here.